Hey there friends, thanks for checking in. Throughout the years, I have owned many revolvers. Everything from 22 long rifle, 22 Magnum, interchangeable cylinders right there, to a double barrel revolver, 22 Magnum, one trigger pull, 2 shots fired. Kind of crazy. Here we have a 38 Special plus P. Owned that one for a while. Several 357 Magnums. This is a 6-inch barrel 357 Magnum. How about the big bore 4570 Government? I'd had this one for a long time, but there's one specifically that I have never personally owned. And here it is. It's a 44 Magnum revolver. I've always wanted to own one. Never have until now. Here it is. I love the 44 Magnum round. It is big, it is heavy. Here we're looking at a Federal 240 grain jacketed hollow point. That's a lot of lead going down range. I own a Desert Eagle in 44 Magnum, but never a revolver. And I'm happy to introduce the Model 69. This was actually launched in 2014. It was a big hit back then. It says Combat Magnum right on the barrel. And then this is also available with a 2 3/4 inch barrel along with a 6-inch barrel. This is a 4 1/4 inch barrel, and that is what I went with. Now, this is an L frame. They make the 44 Magnum typically with the end frame, a little bit larger, 6-round cylinder. This is an L frame that sits on the larger end of a medium size frame, especially with the L frame, because that is known for 357 Magnum. But when they came out with this in 44 Magnum, they called it the Combat Magnum. They made it in various barrel sizes, but it sacrifices 1 round compared to the Model 29 or the Model 629 that is an end frame. So here we have a 5-round cylinder that works perfectly because this has a weight savings compared to the larger end frame. You're looking at a lighter handgun. We're going to get it on the scale, but here we have a matte finish stainless frame and barrel. Very nice looking revolver with rubber grips. You're looking at about $1,000 for this, whether it's the 4 1/4 inch, 6-inch, or 2 3/4 inch barrel, but it's a phenomenal revolver. When I took this to the range, I was very much happy with it. It was cold, it was windy, it was pretty barbaric, but I did okay with the first time. Now I will mention the single action was so nice. You're looking at about 2 pounds there. Actually, let's get a measurement on this because I want to do this on video here. We'll let that clear 0, and we're talking 2.5 pounds for that single action trigger pull. So when shooting single action with this sight system, you can see that it has a red insert there that's ramped up quite a bit. It has a little roll pin there. You can remove it if you choose, and adjustable rear sight. So you sink that in there so that you can see that red, and it feels like you're pointing downward a little bit, but you're not. And you pull that single action trigger pull, and you are dead on. It is extremely accurate. I don't care if it's 357 Magnum or 44 Magnum. It has a very accurate feel if you do your part as the shooter. Now this has about a 50%, maybe a little bit longer, underlug that is perfectly fine. Other models have a full underlug, but that's perfectly fine. Not a great rise with the recoil and the shooting impressions. The recoil actually was quite manageable. Double action is a different game altogether, and I don't care what you're shooting. The double action, you're looking at about a 10.5 pound trigger pull there. Now it does use a trigger, it does use a transfer bar, I should say, that drops and then It will make contact with the firing pin upon the drop of the hammer. One of the things that makes the Model 69 unique, and this was very interesting when it first came out, was that it originally had a ball detent on the crane. They had since moved it to the frame. You see that right there? That's a ball detent. So when this locks up, you push the crane, you can see that this edge of the crane right there makes contact. And check this out. It locks up so tight. And that is certainly an advantage with this Model 69. Super cool the way that does that. Now, they used to have it there. They moved it to the frame, whatever. Nonetheless, it locks up nice and tight, and a lot of people love that. And I dig the look of it with the black cylinder release, trigger, sights. I like that serrated top strap on the barrel, and then that spurred hammer just gets it done. At the range, the double action was fine. Now, one thing I had to learn though, this is a smaller trigger guard. Many revolvers are. When you are wearing gloves, if you have a thick glove and you pull the trigger, that glove may reach out a little bit and prevent you from resetting the trigger fully. So you think you reset it and you actually didn't. You have to go to a full reset to successfully pull the trigger again. And I had trouble a few times with that. So I had to learn that because I don't know, I just never experienced it before. But the Model 69 is super nice, has a wonderful reputation, been around for 10 years now. It also has a two-piece barrel. And if we look at it from here, you'll see that the inner sleeve is rifled. It's the larger part of it. The outer sleeve is the shroud. It shrouds around the barrel. Everything remains nice and tight. Handles that 44 Magnum with ease. And we'll just take a quick look at the internals. We have the ejection rod. Right there is the back end of that ball detent. All right, there we're looking at the forcing cone, timing hand, bolt stop, and firing pin. All right there with a fluted cylinder. Smith & Wesson 69, 44 Magnum. I may get rubber grips with this. I really want to shoot it, shall I say wood grips. I like wood grips on stainless steel revolvers, but I want to shoot it more and make sure that the recoil is not going to be too painful with lengthy shooting, or shall I say a couple boxes. So anyhow, there it is. This is my new revolver made by Smith & Wesson called the Model 69. Super happy to have it. Perhaps I'll shoot it next to my Desert Eagle and get a little recoil management comparison. But thanks to Smith & Wesson for sending this to me. Couldn't be happier with it so far. Took to the range one time, and I look forward to more time spent with it. If you like videos like this, please subscribe and share. I always appreciate thumbs up button. Thanks for watching, and you guys be safe.